G'day folks, welcome back to On the Bench. Today I'm going to tie up the Straggle Leech. Straggle Leech has been used in BC still waters with really good success by a friend of mine, so I thought I'd tie this up. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. For hook I'm using a Partridge of Redditch Ideal Streamer in size 10, and I'll be pairing it with a 1/8 yellow bead. For thread I'm using black and 6/0. The tail is black marabou paired with red crystal flash in the tail. And the body material is Upavon, it's mosaic straggle threads. I've gone ahead and placed my hook in the vise, and I've run my thread down the shank of the hook all the way to the point where the barb would be and brought it back up to the front. I'm going to take a black marabou feather, and I've just stripped off the very bottom crud. And I'm going to take one side of it and peel it off, getting as much of the material as I can. Kind of fold it over a little bit. Like so. And then I'm just going to measure it against the hook shank. So I like a fairly long tail. I'm going to trim it off at the front. And then I'm just going to lash it down to the front. I know my tails always look too long. I like a long tail when it's marabou. It wiggles good. You can always shorten it if it's too long anyways with your fingertips. And now I'm going to take a couple of turns. You want to take a couple turns underneath the tail just to hold it up. Especially that long. You don't want it wrapping around the hook. Like so. Now take your red crystal flash, and I'm just going to bring my thread forward a little bit here. I'm going to place one side of it in front, like so, because I'm going to bring that around the other side. And then this part is in the back. I just want to lay it on the side of the hook shank for both sides. Like so. And then just lash that down. Bring your thread back forward to the front of the hook. And then you can trim your crystal flash. I like it just shorter than the tail. If it's sitting funny, you can pull it down a little bit. Have to check that side. Looks good. Turn that off a little closer. Next, take your straggle, and I'm using the Upavon Mosaic. I really like this color. So my friend Ben, who is Upavon, he said he was in BC fishing this fly, and it was his best fly in the still waters. So I'm happy to know that, because I'm going to be fishing it in the still waters come springtime. Reminds me it's very much like the vampire leech, except it's a different body material. It's not the vampire material. So now I just tied it in at the front all the way to the back, and I'm just going to wind it up the hook in touching turns. Just try and grab it without hitting my camera. Hang on. It's a bit long. Just going to hold it up there, like so. And if you look on it, it actually lays back. It lays backwards. I'm not doing a very good job of it here, but there we go. So you can get it so it kind of sticks out, like so. It's a really nice straggle. I really like it. It doesn't trap the fibers down like other straggles I've used in the past that are about this long. And then just wind it up to the front and tie it off. Very simple fly, but also very effective. You could tie this in a balanced version with a tungsten head, and also fish it under an indicator. Or one of those tungsten head turners. Those would work good on this as well. I don't fish a lot of leeches under the indicator, although I should, because they're very effective. And now you can whip finish. But you could fish this under an indicator too. It doesn't have to be balanced. I've done it and it works. Well, with the vampire leech, I've done it. This is a new fly for me that I'm going to be trying. Like I said, a friend of mine did really good with it. A couple whip finishes and that's it. Straggle Leech. Thanks for joining me on this edition of On the Bench. Take care, everyone. Conserve the waters and tight lines.